Yeah, that is James Caan. He looks good.
Yeah, he looks great.
Fucking look at him. Tough guy.
Whoever's listening to us out there that works for the show, can someone bring him? Can anyone hear us?
He's having a conversation with somebody, and
I think probably, it's more than James Caan's having a conversation. Roland's on it.
Yeah, he's like, whatever.
Roland's on it.
He's like, I'm James Caan.
Oh boy! Now he's walking the other way to try to get in the studio.
All right.
Now he's talking to that guy. Now he's turning his head. He's still laughing at that guy. Now he's making his way into the studio.
Here we go. Hey, James Caan. There he is.
Caan.
Hello, sir.
There you go.
Is it?
I'm freezing my ass. So.
It is.
I'm not here.
Summer's over.
Hey, which one of you guys is friends with? With Mark Cullen? Any one of you guys?
Mark. Cullen. I know the Cullens. Yes.
Jimmy.
Rob Cullen.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah,
Jimmy knows him. Yeah.
What did you think I said to start with?
Mark. Did you say Mark or his brother? The Cullen brother.
Rob.
Yeah, no, I know him.
No, that's it. No, then I'm in the wrong show.
No, I said I do know.
He said he was a good friend. That can't be you.
Rob Cullen. Yeah.
No, if you say I know him, that would indicate that you're really not like a good friend.
No, I am. Rob Cullen, his brother, I think his name is Mark. Do one of them produce your show?
True. Yeah, the showrunner.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I do know that.
Okay. TV, so maybe.
No, it's me,
I
Jim.
thought you go Whoopi do because he said make sure you say hello to.
I'm
What's
so
your name?
Jim Norton.
Sure, that's him.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to see. I'm just happy to see James Caan. That's all. I'm very happy you're here.
Yes.
I kind of shocked you.
Yes.
I understand.
I watched your show yesterday.
I get it.
You get a little bit.
Oh, I got to put these things.
A little shocking.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You do whatever
We're
you
in
want.
the same
I
room.
swear to God, I walked out of the hotel. People thought I was.
It's a little cold today for a T-shirt, James.
Not when you're tough.
Yeah, tough guy. Tough guy. Goddamn, you look great, man.
Thanks.
Not you, Jimmy.
Oh.
And this is without makeup too, bro.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why we like you. You're very naturally handsome.
Thank you very much.
The show, to promote the show, is called Back in the Game, and it premieres tomorrow night on ABC at 8:30. And I saw the pilot episode, which is you play the father of a girl and the grandfather of her son. And there's some really amazing dialogue considering it's ABC. TV has changed.
Oh, no, we're going further.
You're going for it?
We're trying to move the show after the Kimmel show. It'll be like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
ABC, we give them like 3 horrible things, figuring, well, they can only lose 2 of them. So
I've heard that from everybody. They say that. They give them a couple of options that they know they're going to throw out just so they go to the one you wanted in the first place.
With Disney, I mean,
yeah.
And it's 8:30. We want to go on later. But these Cullen, I mean, and the whole writing staff is great. And the cast is great. It's really fun. So, I mean, I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. And
You're encouraging.
I mean, racial, terrible. I mean, and I play a guy who just doesn't give a. I'm trying to create the most horrifying guy that was ever on television.
Nice.
Ever. Yeah. But with a heart.
Oh, okay. So
the heart.
It's like
You never see it. You know,
deep down.
You never see it. No, he raises his daughter like from the time she was 8, to as a guy.
Right. Oh, shit.
He lost his mother because he was a baseball player. He was like the second coming of Sandy Koufax for 11 minutes. He drank himself out of the league, blew his arm out.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Pension. So he raised her as a girl, so to the point where he called her Junior.
That's
And
healthy.
there's a couple lines. He goes, what do you? And then she's forced to come live with me. She hates me. Where after she gets divorced with her husband, from her husband, as opposed to an elephant, and brings my grandson out, who I never called the right name, and
Donnie,
and they move in with me, and he's just horrified. And every time the kid, I give him these life lessons. Some kids bully. I look, walk up to him, right. Flick your lick sicker over his arm. You see how he turns his head? The many times you hit him across the knees with his back. The kid is great. He goes, I'm not hitting a kid with me, and I don't smoke. He goes, it's just insane.
That sounds like advice my dad gave me.
My favorite line, she comes up, she goes, I'm asking her, what are you talking? Bring me up like a guy, and you bringing me up like a guy. I said, what are you talking? She says, well, when I got my first period, you told me to walk it off. Well, there was no internet then. So it's pretty.
The language is amazing on this. The things they say, I'm like, I forgot it was ABC. It feels more like an AMC show or something. It doesn't feel like network television.
But you know what? Some people who complain say, "Geez, you got kids on the show." It's not about baseball. Baseball is like 20%, but it's sort of like the social club where you meet everybody.
Yeah.
You know, parents. You know, the parents are, and we got kids that are amazing, not actors, other than Griffin. You know. And Michael, they're real kids. I mean, and they haven't got 1 ounce, not one gene of athleticism in them. Not one. So they'll never win a game. If the show goes 20 years, they will not win a game.
So
maybe a run or two.
Where'd you get the kids from? Because it's
they interviewed thousands, and it just took real kids.
Because you're hitting on something. It takes me out of so many movies now and TV shows because these kids were brought up in acting, and you could tell.
Yeah,
but you could tell there's something that they're missing.
You slap them in the mouth.
Yes, because you could tell they're just acting.
I know
it doesn't feel real.
The best kid ever. He brings me a shirt like one day because it's just no beer, no dad. You know, he's just like, I just drink beer all the time. Call him the wrong name. I mean, but there's things we make up. Like he comes in, he has to be like he's in love with this girl. That's why he wants to play baseball. Because
he's trying to get laid.
No, because he loves this girl and she likes ball players. Right. So that's that whole thing. He comes one day and he asks about, this is one of the shows about sex stuff and girls. I go, don't go talk to your mother, you know. Kershaw's pitching, you know, leave me alone. So he says, I can't talk to her, blah, 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 blah. So now he convinces me. And the first thing I say is, look, with one hand, you got to learn to do this. You come around, you have to unhook the bra with one hand. And he goes, why would I do that? They wrote a line saying, where the boobies live. Not funny. Yeah. and I said, let's start again. Okay. And then the next thing, you come back to the conversation. Now when the candles are lit and the room smells nice, you got the, you know, da-da-da-da-da. They even had some lines that it's not going to work. Buy your nails. I mean, stop.
Yeah.
Crazy. So,
Crazy.
So then I say to him, then you put in a little Sinatra or Barry White. He goes, who's Barry White? Okay, that's it. Come on. And I take him to a massage parlor. I mean, but it's a nice thing, the girl is inside. But it's insane, and it's really funny.
There's a funny scene where that's where the girl's getting picked on that the kid likes. So the bully, the kid faces the bully and kisses him on the mouth. It's like a really weird moment where the kid kisses another boy on the mouth to stop him from picking on another girl. I'm like, they're getting fucking ballsy on television.
No, but his line is he says to the girl, he says, "Don't worry, he'll be afraid of me from now on. He'll be afraid."
Yeah, no shit.
They're going for it. Like
yeah,
James
they really are.
But we have jokes like, I mean, there's this one show. I mean, I saw it the other day. It was, I mean, hysterical. I couldn't laugh. Everybody was laughing, so you'd miss the punchline. But the whole premise was that I'm so angry, I'm breaking things, I'm yelling at the kids. Some guy is flying one of them, you know, those phony helicopters around my field.
Yeah.
I go Black Hawk down. I'm insane. So they go, what the hell is he so mad about? And the kids goes, you know, you need some of that good stuff. Or maybe he needs the good stuff. So they flash back, and I'm watching, like, From Here to Eternity. We got the clip, you know, when the wave rolls up. And,
yeah.
And they're kissing. And you say, that's the good stuff. So now they decide, we got to get them a date. So they go online, and then they send the kids out, like, in a shopping mall, you know, like, if they're wearing rings, forget it. If they have a cat, something, go for them. Whatever, all these stupid things. So they fix me up with this nice girl. Just starts it. And she tells me, come on, you got to be there. You got to meet Dottie, like, you know, in a half hour. I says, no, I'm blowing that off. Like, pitching it. I got to finish this salmon jerky before it expires, you know. And I got a silver toothpick that I use because I save a ton of money on toothpicks. Says, do you wash it? I says, what am I, give myself something? Why do you think before you I mean, it's just really. So anyway, the upshot is I have this dinner, and my daughter introduced me. You know, this is Dottie Sanchez, and she's got a 20-year-old that lives over there, 21-year-old, and she has a dog, this cute little dog she calls Kevin Klein, and da-da-da. And then the woman says, yes, you know, when he was a little puppy, he had such a cute little face, I thought I'd call him Kevin Klein. I haven't said a word, and I just look at her, I go, and goodbye. And so I get this lush hooker. I bring her home. I mean, this girl is so funny. She's got one of them coughs, you know. I mean, just brutal. Just hanging out. I mean, just brutal. So he comes home. He comes to the house. She comes to the house and she's me. She says, "Oh, you got 2 cups of coffee?" I go, "Shh, don't wake her up," you know.
Oh shit!
Now here she comes. You know. So like one of the lines is, "What's the matter with her lungs?" I go, "Nothing wrong with her lungs. She held her breath like a dolphin." But it goes like, you know what I mean? Like, it's amazing, you know? It's awesome.
I think you just saw
other ones that go, and I couldn't believe it. I improvise every once in a while. Like, my daughter comes in, she's got a sour face. There was no line between her walk and here. She looked miserable, sat down. I go, "What's with the face? You got a problem with your she-gina?" They go, "What?" They started laughing. "Jimmy, you can't say that." "Okay. You got a problem with your lady-gina?"
I think it's the gina part.
And I went like this, inner walls? No. They laughed at that, but they left she-gina in because it was
they did?
Yeah, they thought, okay, that's not so bad.
Right. Good for you.
Not better than inner walls.
Right.
Had you turned down network TV before, or is this something that you avoided for a long time and now you finally saw a script you like?
Yeah, because, the truth is there's this unwarranted stigma. You know, always that. Listen, I turned Brian's song down 4 times for the wrong reasons.
Man.
But, you got to behave the way the people who... are you ordering pizza, by the way?
No, I was ready to take a picture of you because you're a legend.
Oh. No, I mean, if you want,
really
I don't
need to know.
any anchovies.
No, if you really need to know.
I thought I was out with one of the,
I'm sorry. If you really need to know, you're a legend. I'm taking a picture.
Some kind of sex gland, these girls now. You know that, like, whenever they text...
yeah. It's on the tip of the finger now. That's where the G-spot is
James,
now.
smile. If we're going to do this, let's do this proper.
So far, you guys have made me laugh, okay?
Well, you're making us laugh, though.
Yeah. Please.
So the phone's down.
So you turned down Brian's song 4 times. Why'd you turn it down?
No, again, because
it was a TV movie, right?
Right.
You know, like, at that time, it was like, if you did television, you're out of the business.
Right.
You know? So you had to behave the way the people who are hiring you, who are running your life, the way they thought, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm so sick that I literally thought, after 3 or 4 times, that we're going to Rensselaer, we're going to work out the way. And I thought I was better than the back they had. I had a guy named Don Shai. And in my mind, I said, I played a little machine, but very little. So I really thought I could make the team. And I was in the middle of every scrimmage. Oh, the producers were going crazy. Those guys killed me. I said, hey, after my 12 hits, 10 hits, I go, "Listen, I'm an actor. Leave me alone."
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, the phone, butt kiss. I mean, just boom.
Wow.
But the same with this, and my son started yelling at me. "What are you?" And the truth is, the pictures today, I mean, I've lost my ability to fight prehistoric monsters and jump from building to building, what have you. I just, my birth certificate is just not so good.
There's not the stigma on television anymore
I don't get
either.
the girl. I accept that. So, I'm not putting on any funny costumes. They don't look that good anymore. So, I mean, what's left are basically, anything that I like. I did one with a great director named Guillaume Canet, who's married, or lives with, but they're French. You never know the difference. Yeah. But Marianne Coutier, who's just brilliant, And Zoe Saldana, Clive Owen, Billy Crudup. I mean, a great cast. So that was one. But the other 3 or 4 that I was forced to do, they asked me what the name of it was, and I said, "What was the name of that picture?" I called The Rent. Every one of them was called The Rent. I mean,
just to make the money.
I really like, the integrity that you try to hang on to. There's a point. I got 4 wives and 5 kids. I got to.
Jesus Christ!
When you did The Godfather and you started shooting, and obviously that changed your life. How did Brando treat you?
We got along great.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Before and after, I'd say anything and he'd laugh. I mean, it was just. He was the best.
Shit.
He was the best.
Was that the part you initially read for, or no? Was Sonny the part you originally went for, or did you go for? Had you gone in for another screen test first?
No. That whole story is such
bullshit.
Nonsense.
It is.
When Francis got, I had done with Duval, who's like my oldest friend in the business, or in the business. Period. One of the two. But when Francis got the picture. I was with Evans at the time, and first they were looking at Garvis, who did see a wonderful. But Francis was so perfect because he's a Mediterranean Italian. He ain't a Brooklyn Italian, So if you look at the picture, I think the success of the picture had to do with you condoned everything because it was for the sake of family. You know, people would say, "Was that a real horse's head?" That's all I cared about. Hey, people got their heads carved. But it's true, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, if you did it for my sister, I did it for your brother. You did it. So, and that's what made it, I think. And he was like, you know, music and art. And anyway, his first cast immediately was Bobby and Al, who you know we didn't know at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Myself and Brando. So the geniuses will now take all the credit. Say, if you mention Brando's name again, you're fired. You can't mention him. And then Al, you know, Al was wonderful, but I don't know. He was sort of shy. I don't know what it was. So he wasn't shining on these. We went up to Zoetrope, and for about the price of 4 corned beef sandwiches, we did these tests on 16 millimeter. You know. Eleanor, his wife, gave us a haircut with a bullet head. It was like a bad picture.
That's unbelievable.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
And so then we went home, see you later. That was the cast. Wow. Now all the stuff started. You know, these people who think for a living, or get paid to think for a living, rather, they, you know, oh, no, you can't. No, we don't want Al. So about 2-3 months later, Francis is preparing everything, and he calls me one night. So it had to be about 3 in the morning. It's their time. He goes, Jimmy, I said, what? I had done the Rain People with him already. And he says, then once you come in and test, I said, what, do you got a Porsche you want me to drive around the block? He says, no, please, don't even go there. I said, please, just come in. So I go, and now all of a sudden I'm testing for Michael. I want you to play Michael. Michael? No. I mean, but I knew Francis. Francis was not one of these guys that hit and missed. This guy was like the best, you know, at the time, you know, other things, you know, happen in life. He's still, you know, brilliant. But then there was nothing better. But he had, you know, visions. He wanted Michael to be the Sicilian-looking one, the authentic, you know. And Sonny was the Americanized version of, you know, so he had even the looks that he wanted.
Wow,
right?
yeah.
So I knew that was wrong. And I made this, it was horrible. And then they tested the Bobby thing, and, you know, and Puzo wrote a book, The Making of the Godfather. This is serious radio, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For it.
So
Go for it.
So Mario in a book said if Caan had tits, he'd have played K. So, but I knew what Francis wanted. So at the end of the day, he'd sneak Al in again, you know, and do that. They'd go crazy.
They really didn't want Al. Wow.
No, but here's the and every actor you can name was sitting in this room this huge room sitting against the floor. It was disgusting. You know, you name them. Big, with stupidest accents you ever heard. Italian, you know, Irish, whatever. Didn't matter. They were all there. And after this all day at 10, poor Francis. And I go home. And then at one point they had this Carmen Caridi going to play me. I was going to play Michael. I was nauseous.
Yeah.
I go home. And then Ruddy and the girl that was one of the runners of Paramount at the time. Oh gosh. Anyway, senior moment. They came into the, and I said, stick this picture up your ass. All right.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Bobby says, I'm throwing him out of the 30-story window. I'm going. And I jumped on a train. I was in such a hurry. I'm not testing again. Jumped on a train and went and did this 10-day part that they made part of the deal. Jimmy, would you do this before you come in to do The Godfather? So I did this picture in Chicago. And then that night they called back and everything was set.
Wow.
So basically my point is they spent, at the time now, $450,000, which is like $40 million today.
Yeah. That's a whole movie budget.
On tests. And they wound up with the same cast they had for the four
That
corned
they
beef
started.
sandwiches.
When they started.
Right.
Corned beef sandwich. That's like a General Electric product.
Yeah,
Progress is our most important product, you know.
When did you know the movie was going to be a masterpiece? When did you realize, holy
Never.
crap, we got something? Never?
No. Look, I mean,
Because you never know officially.
no,
you could have a great cast and
that's
all
the
that.
answer.
Right.
I knew, and which to me is a huge ingredient. You know, like that we all liked each other. I knew I was really good people, and we laughed. You know, and that's. I don't care. You can go to movies, and I'm not one guy that sits there like any other guy. I either get moved, I don't get moved, I have a good time, I don't sit there and analyze it. But you can always tell inadvertently that these people are liking each other. I don't care what the subject matter is. You know,
Huh, yeah,
somehow it comes off the screen. So we had that. I had great actors with me. The head of every department. This is all Francis is doing. Like Dean Tavalleros was nobody. He became like, you know, one of the great set there. Walter Murch became the sound guy in the business. Gordy Willis, you know, became the. So every one of these departments had Dick Smith, who's like a genius, you know, with special effect, makeup special effect. All these people were put together by Francis, you know.
And they wound up being like amazing.
The top in their field.
Artists.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a talent, being able to just identify
that's the point,
that.
He, you know.
And how old was
he
Francis
smart
at the
enough to get
time
me,
to be able to butt heads with a
33?
studio like that?
33, and he's making a masterpiece.
It's amazing. Yeah.
What was Luca like as a person? The guy who played Luca, because you know I'm hoping he wasn't really like that guy.
Oh yeah.
Was he really?
Oh yeah.
My friend who introduced me to him was here with me today, but he was. I mean, one of the great. I got so many great stories with Luca. I mean, he was the big, scariest son of a gun.
Yeah.
But when he's on a set, he was like a little girl. You know, like
Really?
and he talked like this. You know, very almost he had feminine moves.
Really?
You know. So, and this is genius of Francis. It's a good story, and you got a long, boring show. So
Absolutely. Believe me. Until you walked in, it was 3 hours of mediocrity. We need you to stay till tomorrow.
So Lenny comes in. Now he weighs about 350, about 6'3". He had hands like shoeboxes. I mean, his ears were this big. I mean, his fingers like he was just. He was the masked marble years ago in the wrestling world, which was like a famous wrestler. And anyway, you know, he did work with, you know, with some friends. They, you know, whatever their business was. Anyway, he was, you know, he was just one of the fellas, you know.
Right.
So now they see this guy. They go, "Oh my God, you know, it's Luca Brasi." So I think one of the first scenes we did, and he was like so scared. I can't explain it to you. His chest. I mean, they don't make clothes like that. So he had this dark Indian. It was a real black Italian, what they call black. It looked like, you know, this Indian. So he's walking around. And the first scene, he had to come in the door. So I had a close-up. The door opens, Brando's behind it. And he comes in. Luca comes in. And he says, "Don Corleone, I am happy to be here on the day of your daughter's wedding. May your first child be a masculine one." Francis goes, "Cut." All right, Lenny, a little more.
A little more something.
Okay, boss. All right. Don Corleone. I am, but that staccato thing, you know. Right. Now he grabs me on the side. Francis says, "Jimmy, do something." Do something. Me, I'm not even a scene. But he knows that I know him, and my friend, you know, do something. What do you want me to do? Loosen him up. Do something. I don't care what you do, but do something. Loosen him up. So I take him over. I take him in the corner and we're talking. I go, "Lenny, hey, come on, we gotta have some fun. We gotta make us laugh." What? He's got a tongue, you know, looks like, you know, a shoe. So I said, "Luca, when you come in, right, it's a close-up. When you say Don Corleone, stick your tongue out," and I put F-U on it.
You say it.
You can say it.
Fuck you.
No, far away. No. I put "fuck you" on his tongue.
Yeah.
And a piece of tape. But I said, "Come, let me put the..." "Jimmy, don't do this." "Come on, Lenny, stop. Please, don't do this to me like a little kid. Don't make me do this." I said, "Lenny, you got to do it. We got to have some laughs. It's just for laughs." Well, this took 20 minutes. Please, don't make me call my friend. Anyway, he does it. They open the door and he goes, "Don Corleone." Well, everybody laughed. Brando laughed. Everybody laughed. So Lenny felt pretty good. Okay, let's do it again, right? Don. Nothing changed. But Brando was so funny when he answered me and went, "Luca," and had "fuck you too." But I'll tell you the genius of Francis. This is really genius. That was shot. The interior of that was shot 3 weeks before we did the outside, the scene that preceded it. You know, the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, it was never in the script. He's got Luca in the corner, if you remember, rehearsing.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. You know, it was like,
to make that
"Don
stuff.
Corleone, I am honored to be."
So he had to add that.
Now
he put that in. It was great. So it was
now it justifies how he sounded.
Yeah, it was a rehearsed
in the
speech.
room.
That he was nervous, you know.
That's perfect.
That's a great story.
That's amazing.
And the kids ran in, and he just left it, right? Wasn't that an accident when the 3 children ran in during Luca talking to him? Yeah, I heard that the kids just kind of ran in, and he left that in.
I don't know. We left. You know, we did a lot of
hilarious
stuff. Accidents.
Well, that was hilarious because he practiced so much, and then the kids screw it all up for him. On your daughter's wedding, for your daughter's wedding. He fucking stumbled.
No, but it was all perfect.
Oh,
but it all became perfect because you see him studying.
Of course, it brings it together.
That's right.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, he really was. He did not give a smooth delivery. Looking down at the paper, he had one thing to say. He's going to look at the paper.
Just a killer. That's what he was supposed to be.
He was a piece of work.
Yeah.
He was in The Jerk with Steve Martin. He played. I think he played Iron Balls McGinty. Steve Martin kicks him in the balls, and he's got a fucking metal balls, and Steve Martin hurts his foot.
They were all such iconic characters that everybody from The Godfather, when you saw them after that, you'd know, that's the guy from The Godfather.
Right.
Lenny was, off camera. I told the story last night. It's one of my favorite. We were all, a bunch of us, from, city pals, all my good friends. And we decided to go with one of my friends who liked to, throw parties and this and that. Benny Goodman was playing in the Rainbow Grill, right? The whole band. And that's a small place. So you can imagine what the tariff was. It was like stupid. So Lenny was notoriously one of the cheapest guys. He never had more than $20 in his pocket. I saw somebody give him $10,000. He'd send $980 home to his wife, right? So he only had $20. So we go up to the Rainbow Grill. There's six of us at the table. And we're just having drinks, but it was a dinner show. But how do you pay Benny Goodman's band, So everybody's in tuxedos from Park Avenue paying. I don't know what happened. So all we had was a couple drinks, we listened to Benny Goodman. It was great, this and that. And my friend, who always grabs the bill, you can't get the bill, he grabs the bill, he says, give me the bill, and he grabs the bill, and he never says anything, but this was so ridiculous. He says to me, he says, Jesus, he said, well, these are phone numbers. He says, what, we buy this freaking place? So and then with that, Lenny overheard, he goes, I'll take care of it.
Oh, no.
And we both looked like, it's just impossible. These not, especially after guys said, these are tough. What'd you say? He says, my friend says, just to see what would happen. He goes, yeah, go ahead, yeah. So now Lenny's sitting, and he had a glass full of ice, and there was like 7, 8 guys behind us with 3, 4 women. This huge table. Took the ice, just threw it over his shoulder, right in the middle of the table. There we go. He goes, hey, you dirty this and that, you never. And it took Lenny about a half hour to get up. He went, ooh. He stood up like that. He had 2 guys like holding him off the ground like this. Here come the manager, running over. Said, please, what are you doing? And Lenny says, whispers, you want this to happen every Saturday night? Give me the bill. He goes back and he says, come on, I took care of it.
Wow, what a great story.
Fucking horrified people in real life.
It's the real deal.
No, he was funny. He was a good guy.
We're being told you got to go. You got a lot of
You're
press.
a busy man.
We could talk to you all day.
Busy man today?
I'd like to sit here.
Yeah,
really?
The rest of the crap ain't that interesting.
Who wouldn't?
I'm really comfortable.
Great, man.
The show is, and I saw the pilot. It was very funny, and the dialogue. It's very hard to believe that it's actually on network TV.
It's
but
really,
again,
it's really good to hear that they're going for it.
I'm not surprised the Cullen brothers are involved with this. I did not know they were until James came in.
No, but Rob, there are saner people locked up than
I know.
He's just man, and the staff is great. Maggie and my cast is just unbelievable. Ben and the kid and the girl that plays Lulu is unbelievable. So it's really nice. The kids are great, and I like getting up in the morning, and that's worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
and I'll just say
unlike you guys who sit together every day.
Just miserable.
The show opens with you bashing a car window with a baseball bat.
Closes.
No, it opens.
they do the freeze foam.
Yeah. It's how the show opens, and it's just a very interesting opening to a sitcom.
Shit.
And it's called Back in the Game. And it premieres tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 8:30 on ABC or 7:30, wherever you live. You know what time 8:30 is here. It's all based on New York. Let's be honest.
Of course.
And it's fucking James Caan.
It's great.
And again, the Cullen brothers, very fucking funny guys. So I'm very happy they're involved.
Mark's married, so he's got to be he.
And again, the Cullen brothers, very fucking funny guys. So I'm very happy they're involved.
Mark's married, so he's got to be he is more executive like, or tries to control it. And when we first got together, and they wrote it for me, they said, right. And all I remember Mark saying, now I have two of them.
James Caan, what
was
a
pleasure,
blast, man. Thanks so much.
Well, thanks, guys.
Great time. Thank you.
I want you to come do my radio show.
Oh, where's that?
Not yet. I'm happy.
All right.
We'll do that.
We'll do it for sure.
The great James Caan, everyone.